Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are in Prashnopanishad, Chaturtha Prashnaha, fourth question, and here the student is asking, who is that Dev who knows the states, who knows the, the, the waking dream and deep sleep? Who is the one who knows, experiences, observes? And towards that, the whole discussion is going on. And here we were in the 9th verse. Esha hi drashta sprashta shrota ghrata rasayita manta bodha karta vignan atma purusha sa pare akshare atmani sampratishthate. So this is what we saw. We saw it last week, but here this jiva, he who is functioning through the upadhis, conditionings, he is functioning through the conditionings, through the limitations. And how does he? Because he is the conscious principle, the Purusha, the jiva. So how is he expressing? He is expressing as the seer. The upadhi, for example, the upadhi or the limitation is the eyes. And there, the jiva is expressing as the seer. The limitation is the conditioning is the ears. And the jiva is expressing as the listener or hearer. And in this way, he expresses himself. And naturally, we're talking about the deep sleep state before in the previous verse, the previous to previous verse. Now, what happens to this jivatma? That is being addressed here. Yeah, and it is told. See, what was told was all the faculties go back, the mind goes back, the senses go back, the pranas go back, the organs of perception, organs of action, all of them go back to the conscious principle. Now, what happens to this jivatma? And there previously in the 7th verse, it was told the chidabhasa. What happens to the chidabhasa? That chidabhasa is the reflected consciousness. And who is jivatma? Jivatma is who is identified with the seer, listener, doer, waker, dreamer, sleeper, etc. All the errs, all the errors. Is error. Error is imagination. Error is superimposition. Error is the phenomena. That consciousness which is as if identified to these which are expressing and thinking that he is continuous is the jivatma. Consciousness expressing through conditionings or limitations is called the jivatma. and at any given moment only one point your attention will go. It might go to eyes or ears or one thought at a time. Hmm? So what happens to this jivatma? Here it is told, he also goes back to the pure self. Just as the example, just as the light goes back uh, to the electricity when the bulb fuses or the switch is put off, then same way the chidabhas reflect chid abhas. Abhas means as if it's appearing but actually is not there. What example did we see before? The sun was reflecting in the pot of water. That reflected sun is the chidabhas. It appears but actually is not there. Similarly, there is electricity or there is bulb. What is light? Chidabhas, expression of electricity through the limitation of the bulb, is called as light. Expression of electricity through the limitation or conditioning of heater is called as heat. Similarly, expression of electricity through a radio is called as sound. So here what is the electricity? It's a continuous principle. Can you see it? No. Can you? You cannot see it. So here this chidabhas, what is its nature? It appears for some time, but is not real. That is its status. This light appears for some time, but is not real because I can control it. That which can be controlled cannot be real. Real is always is pure self. Self alone is the reality, and these limitations as if cover that reality, and that reality with reference to limitations is called as jiva or jiva, whichever way you, jivatma. Consciousness expressing through limitations as if, or consciousness as if limited, conditioned by conditionings, is called as jivatma. So this we see that this jivatma is the vijnanatma that was told in the 9th verse. What was told? Vijnanatma Purusha sapare akshare atmani sampratisthite. So this vijnanatma, which is none other than the chidabhasa, also goes back to the self. See? And remember, what are the only when the water appears, then the reflection can come. Understand? If there is no water, only pot is there, reflection cannot be there. The I can come, the subject will appear as I only if object is there. In deep sleep, there is no object, so there is no subject also expressing. So what has happened to Jivatma there? It has gone back to the pure self. And in every thought, the Chidatma, the reflected consciousness, what has happened to it? It has gone back to the pure self. So when we understand it in this manner, then the self is supporting all the upadhis. That's why it is called as Purusha. Purishayanat iti Purusha. Puri, this body. Shayana. He is the one who is supporting the whole body. If he is not there, the body cannot exist. Because when he leaves the body, then what happens to the body? It disintegrates. The space, air, fire, water, earth, all the elements that have gone into making this body, they go back to the total elements, etc., etc. So it is this the self which is supporting all the upadhis, and therefore now we come to the, and therefore it is called as Purusha. Now we come to the 10th verse. These are the last 2-3 verses, I think. How many? 1, 2 verses. Then the 4th question is over. So we have seen the bhashya of this particular 9th verse. Now 10th one. Paramevaksharam pratipadyate, paramevaksharam pratipadyate, sayoha vaitad, sayoha vaitad, achayam ashariram alohitam, achayam ashariram alohitam, shubhram aksharam, shubhram aksharam, vedayate, vedayate, yastu saumya, yastu saumya, sa sarvajñah sarvo bhavati, sa sarvajñah sarvo bhavati, tadesha shlokaha, tadesha shlokaha. Together, paramevaksharam pratipadyate, sayoha vaitad, achayam ashariram alohitam, shubhram aksharam vedayate, yastu saumya, sa sarvajña sarvo bhavati, tadesha shlokaha. Yeah. It says, he says, oh my dear, hey Soumya. Soumya means my dear one. And that which has got no shadow, achayam, ashariram, alohitam, that which has got no shadow, that which has got no body, that which has got no color, and then what is it? Shubhram aksharam vedayate, and it is shubhra, it is it's absolutely pure, no dirt is sticking to it, and therefore impeccable, that shubhra, and akshara, that which cannot be reduced. Shubhra can also be that which is effulgent, and akshara, kshara, reductible, akshara, irreducible. And the one who knows the Purusha to be so, such a person comes to realize the Akshara Purusha. We were talking about this last week towards the end, and the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Akshara Yoga Nama. Kshetra Kshetrajna. Kshetra Kshetrajna. But here we are not talking about Kshetrajna, the one who knows the field. We are not talking about him. Here we are talking about the one who knows everything. What is that? Sa sarvajña sarvo bhavati. And who is this? It is that pure self. So here it is told, the oh my dear child, the one who knows that one which is on first mm, the 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 passively it is looked at, then actively what is that, that which is without shadow, that which is without body, that which is without color, then positive, that which is effulgent, that which is irreducible, and then the one who knows it to be so, the one who knows the Purusha to be so, he attains the Purusha, he attains the Akshara Purusha, he attains to that state, to that principle, to that reality from where fall is not possible. Reduction means fall. Non reducible reality as if reduced to Jivatma. That is reduction. Man, the Jivatma expressing as seer, hearer, toucher, feeler, he is further reduced. So here we are talking about that pure self which is irreducible. Uh, and then what is, and because it is irreducible, saha sarvajna sarvo bhavati. So he is all knowing principle, and he himself is all the forms, and he is also the knower of all the forms because he is only functioning through all the forms. With regards to this is this 10th mantra. How beautiful thought. So keep contemplating in this manner. Looking at the bhashya, param eva aksharam vakshamana visheshenam pratipadyata iti etaduchyate. With regards to this, it is said, it is going to be told that that the adjectives that are going to be used for this Akshara Purusha, the one who knows the Akshara Purusha. Now, one very, very important point here. One who knows this Akshara Purusha as what? A Shariri, a Chayam, a Shariram, a Lohitam, and Shubhram Aksharam. So these are the adjectives that are used for it. So he who knows the Akshara through these, with these adjectives, but where are you looking for it? Is it a concept in your mind? Is it that he is going to appear from somewhere? Is he outside? Is your approach towards this irreducible pure self objective in nature? Or while we are talking and listening, our attention is on our own essential nature? With this inquiry, as we have gone through the waking dream, we saw what the dream was and what the nature of the dream and the nature of the deep sleep, where everything gets collapsed back into the source. After that, where is the doubt left as regards what your true nature is? So here, the Akshara Purusha is your immediate self. Which immediate self? As it was explained before, that which is without any shadow. Body has a shadow, self doesn't have a shadow. Ashariri. Jivatma has a body, Jivatma has a conditioning of the body, But in deep sleep, where's the body? In deep sleep, where is the body? There's no body. There's no form. So that means the Jivatma is not existing, is it? No, we already told the Jivatma goes back to being the pure self. See? So one attains pratipadyata iti etad uchyate. Sayoh vai tat sarvaishana avinirmukto achayam tamovarjitam ashariram nama rupa sarvopadhi sharira varjitam alohitam lohitadi sarva guna varjitam yataha. It is going on and okay. So these are the, it's not, here he says that it is free from all the Eshanas. What are the Eshanas? Eshanas are Putreshna, Lokeshna, Avitteshna, and Lokeshna. Eshna means desires. And what are the three categories under which all the desires express? Desire for progeny, desire for wealth, gross or subtle, and lokeshana, desire for name and fame, popularity. How many likes I got on the Instagram? How many people see me on the YouTube? Or how many have joined my Facebook page? This is all lokeshana. Continuously worried about that. And that determines your state of happiness. Pathetic. Huh? So that seeker, that sadhak, who has become free from all the eshanas, who is worked that out, he is no longer under the influence of those desires. He has kept them on the bay at bay, uh, uh, and then he is contemplating on that achaya, that shadowless one. What is that shadowless one? Shadowless means shadow is dark. Dark means tamas. That he is free. That principle, that means the self, is free of all nidra, alasya, pramad. It is free of laziness, sleep, and inadvertence. So, what happens to us when we go to sleep every night? When our mind becomes empty every night, we just dive into sleep. All you have to do is remain awake and you are there. You are one with that Akshara Purusha. So here it is telling he is free of tamohina, achaya. Chaya means he is free. He is free of the tamoguna. Tamoguna expresses as sleep. That is one of its expression, tamoguna. So he is absolutely awake, even when the mind is absolutely empty. Ashariram, because his mind is empty and he is awake. If there are no thoughts in the mind, there is no thought of the body also. Ashariram. So he is recognizing himself to be, firstly, he is free of the moguna. Secondly, he is free of the body, form, and then nama asharira means nama rupamaya. He doesn't define himself by name and form anymore. That means ashariri. When you are in sleep, you don't have a thought, therefore you cannot say where your leg is, where your arm is, how your body is, whether you are breathing or not. In sleep, you don't say all those things. You don't know all those things. Only after waking up you say, if there's something to be said. Nama Rupa. So He's free from all the conditionings, all the names and forms, and that means that is the meaning of asharira. And then alohita, meaning he is free from all qualities, he is free from all attributes, alohita. So, meaning sattva, rajas, tamas, and their consequent expressions. So, no quality can define this Akshara Purusha, no name can define this Akshara Purusha. Uh, but sir, we are using these names. Achayam is a name, Ashariram is a name, Alohitam is a name, Shubram is a name, Aksharam is a name. We'll explain. Hold your horses. We'll explain that. That explanation is not part of the bhashya, but we'll explain. So, recognizing this Purusha to be free of all those, and also free from all alohita, free from all qualities, all attributes, and because he is free from the above three, what we just told, achayam, ashariram, and alohitam, therefore that which is shuddha, shubhra means that which is pure, shuddha. And also here it says, what is that? So I'll just read it because we are doing the bhashyam. Sayoha vai tat sarvaishana vinirmukto achayam tamovarjitam ashariram nama rupa sarvopadi sharira varjitam alohitam lohitadi sarvagunavarjitam yata eva matah shubhram shuddham sarva visheshana rahitatvad aksharam satyam purushakyam apranam amanogocharam shivam shantam sabhahyabhyantaramajam vedayate vijanati yastu sa sarvatyagi saumya sa sarvajnyo na tena aviditam kinchit sambhavati. So here he is saying that it is pure, it is complete, it is complete without any adjectives, and yet we are using adjectives. So this has to be understood how. So free of all adjectives, and therefore it is akshara, means it cannot be reduced, and therefore it is the truth, and it cannot be, it is not existing because of the prana. Therefore apranam, amanogocharam, it cannot be comprehended by mind or the senses. It cannot be seen, heard, touched, felt, tasted, smelt, nor can it be comprehended or conceptualized, nor it can be spoken of. And therefore it cannot become an object of inquiry. You can make something an object of inquiry which has some quality, some attribute, some form, some color. Whatever we are saying, it doesn't have. Even if one of them is there, then it becomes an object of inquiry. But this Akshara Purusha, this pure self, it has got, you cannot use any adjectives. Therefore, in the negative, the various qualities were used. And therefore it is not a object for the mind to contemplate on. Therefore it is Shiva, it is of the nature of auspiciousness, shanta, it is silent, and Sabhahyabhyantara, and it is pervading inside and outside. Aja, aja, unborn, uh, and anyone who knows this Parabrahma to be like this, oh Soumya, here it says, Vedayate Vijanati. Vijanata means anyone who knows it in the manner that we have explained. Yah tu sarva tyagi Soumya sa sarvajnyo na tena aviditam kinchit sambhavati. He says, and therefore, uh, and and the one who gives up even this language that we have used just now in order to communicate, oh Soumya, oh my dear child, such a person, sir, here the word used is uh, पूर्वम अविद्यया सर्वज्ञ असीत पुनर् पुनर्विद्यया विद्यापनये सर्वो भवति tada. Then such a person becomes sarvajna. He becomes the knower of everything. What do you mean by knower of everything? It is a knowing less knowing, because there are no objects and you are awake, you are conscious, you are aware, but there's nothing to be aware of. Then you are aware of yourself, and this self is of the nature of all pervasiveness, and therefore it is told here that that he becomes the knower of everything, meaning that nothing is unknown to him, because he is the source. And therefore he is knower of everything. Before, here it says avidyapanaye sarvo, earlier purva asit punar avidya, punar vidyaya vidyapanaye sarvo bhavati tada. So that particular sentence, it began with what? Purvam avidyaya. So before he was ignorant. Why? Because and because of that avidya, how does avidya express? How does ignorance, it expresses as avidya kama karma. Ignorance leads to desire, desire leads to karma, action. And before, under the influence of ignorance, he was finding himself to be limited. His intelligence, his consciousness was limited consciousness. And because of that avidya, he was accepting himself only as this form. Now he has given up everything. He has given up everything. And therefore, the moment he has become free from all conditionings and limitations, that very moment he comes to be established in himself. And the nature of this self is sarvajna. Nothing is unknown to him. Everything is known. But it's a knowing less knowing. And therefore, he was ignorant before. Now, having studied, come across the knowledge and contemplated in the right manner, he destroys the ignorance, and as a result, he gets established in himself, and that self is the essence of every form, everything. There is nothing, there is no place that it is not. Again, this sentence is being said in order to communicate. So you understand the purport of the words and the sentence that is being communicated. Tat tasmin artha एष श्लोको मंत्रो भवति उक्तार्थ संग्राहकः. And so, in what conclusion we have just come, that he comes to know everything and he becomes the essence of all the forms, and he himself takes all the forms. There is nothing outside of him. Just as example, just as the water takes all the forms of the waves and the water alone is expressing through all the waves. Similarly, this pure self, this irreducible Akshara Purusha, he takes all the forms and he expresses through all the forms. This is our reality. This is your true nature. And you are hoodwinking, we are hoodwinking ourselves in believing that we are this individual. Yeah, but we did not, I did not consciously become the individual. Okay, now you are face to face with who you really are. Work towards it. Every night go to sleep without going to sleep. Let the conditionings go to sleep. Let the senses go to sleep. Let the mind go to sleep. But you remain awake. See the magic happen then. Transform. Abidance has to take place. And in this manner, one he who has discovered, he who discovers himself to be free from all attributes, then there is nothing unknown to him, and he becomes sarvavit sarvajna, and with the right knowledge. No, not I don't know. No, he knows. There is no doubt. There is no error in him of conditioning or limitation. And therefore, continuing, Vigna, and this is the final result of the mantra. Fourth question. विज्ञानात्मा सह देवैश्च सर्वैः विज्ञानात्मा सह देवैश्च सर्वैः प्राणाभूतानि सम्प्रतिष्ठन्ति यत्र प्राणाभूतानि सम्प्रतिष्ठन्ति यत्र तदक्षरं वेदयते यस्तु सौम्य तदक्षरं वेदयते यस्तु सौम्य स सर्वज्ञः सर्वमेवाविवेशेति स सर्वज्ञः सर्वमेवाविवेशेति. Again, together. विज्ञानात्मा सह देवैश्च सर्वैः प्राणाभूतानि सम्प्रतिष्ठन्ति यत्र तदक्षरं वेदयते यस्तु सौम्य स सर्वज्ञः सर्वमेवाविवेशेति. Oh my dear child, oh dear sadhaka, this Akshara Purusha, this Akshar, this irreducible principle, what is this Akshara? This Akshara principle, this this irreducible principle is that in which all the gods, meaning we told you what gods are. Someone tell me what are gods? Devatas.
Eyes, ears, nose.
But what are gods? Gods are productive potential. Gods are productive potential. So when you say sun, moon, Ashwini Kumar, this is the potential which is expressing as vision at the eyes, sun and moon at this, and we have called them, given that potential, we have given it a name and form, and we say the right eye is the sun, left eye is the moon. Remember in this chapter, in this Prashnopanishad itself, Pran and Rai we talked about, isn't it? So who are so all the gods, the Vijnanatma, that is the Jivatma, Prana, and the five great elements, and all of them are equanimously located, situated, abiding within this Akshara Purusha. The one who knows this, the one who knows this, what is that? Saha sarvajna sarvameva vivesheti. The one who knows this, he enters in and through everything without wanting to, but it happens. Just like without your will or wish, you have entered every cell, you have entered every organ of perception, you have entered every thought, you have entered into waking dream and deep sleep. What effort you have put? Nothing. It's a natural expression. Same way, one who knows clearly, distinctly, not distinctly, but as it was told in the previous verse, that all the gods, all the reflected consciousnesses, that means all the reflected suns, are appearing only because of the original sun. All the pranas are functioning only because of the pure self. And all the five elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, they are existing or appearing in this creation only because of the pure self, and all of them are existing in the self alone. The one who knows it so, sarvameva, sarvam eva avivesheti. Avivesh means he starts expressing in and through everything and everyone. There's no place he is not. This cannot be thought and brought about. It happens. विज्ञानात्मा सहदेवैः आज्ञेयादिभिः प्राणाः चक्षुरादयोः भूतानि पृथिव्यादीनि संप्रतिष्ठन्ति प्रविशन्ति यत्र यस्मिन् अक्षरे तदक्षरं वेदयते यस्तु सौम्य प्रियदर्शन स सर्वज्ञः सर्वमेव आविवेशा विशति विशति iti arthaha. Here it says that akshar, that irreducible principle in which the fire, meaning all the elements, along with the gods, together with gods, and Vijnanatma. Vijnanatma, we saw in the previous verse, it was the Jivatma. And also all what is the all the pranas. Pranas are the, we saw all the pranas in the previous question, and or you can just say the breath, the prana, along with the prana, apan, vyan, udan, saman, etc. And chakshuradayoho, meaning all the five senses, Bhutani, Bhutani means this earth, water, air, fire, air, and space. Uh, they are all established uh, in it. In other words, when you go to deep sleep, all of these, the gods, the five senses, the five organs of action, the five elements, the breath, etc., they enter in or go back to the pure self, the Akshara Purusha. Oh, my dear Soumya, my dear one, uh, oh, hey Priya Darshana, Yastu Soumya Priya Darshana, because the student has asked such a wonderful question. The teacher is also very inspired to answer the question. The one, he says, oh Priya Darshana, the, meaning the one who sees only auspicious and lovely, th- uh, that Akshara, the one who knows that Akshara principle, Sah Sarvajna Sarvameva Avivesha Avishati iti arthaha, that that all knowing person, that Akshara, the all knowing person, uh, it enters, it takes over everything, you know. uh, that means it overpowers everything, or in other words, pravishta, meaning it enters into everything as it, just like water enters. Once the wave comes to know that it is the once, while the wave is what? Wave is Jivatma. Why it is Jivatma? Jivatma, because water conditioned with name and form is called a wave. So that water, which was infinite, now on account of name and form has become individualized. So therefore it is called Jivatma. How many waves? Infinite. How many Jivatma? Infinite. One of the wave or few of the waves who are listening to this satsang here and contemplating on this Upanishad are alert, are conscious, and they come to realize what? That, hey, the water alone became the wave, and the water alone, oh, I should put it the other way. That all the seeker, then what did he realize after studying the Upanishads? Hey, uh, that water is everything. Water is pervading everything. In water, everything is. Water alone is all that there is. So, when the wave is thinking about water, automatically the form goes out of the mind of the wave. Correct? Because it is contemplating what is my essential nature, what is my true reality. I don't want to be buffeted here and there. I want immortality, just like us. So it looks into itself, comes across the Vedas, starts contemplating, and there it will be told that when and once she sees the water as water, at that very moment, that wave, others are seeing the wave, but what has happened to the wave when it has recognized its nature as water? That water is the source of all the waves. The water alone has entered all the waves. The water alone has given the form to all the waves. Nothing can exist out of the water, outside the water. Exactly the same way, once we come to know this Akshara Purusha as given in this question and answer, uh, uh, without the Eshanas the student has prepared, no Putreshna, no Lokeshna, no Vitteshna, and he who has recognized that this Akshara Purusha is free of It is without any form, ashariri, chaya, without ignorance, tamas, and also alohitam, no attributes and qualities. Then what is it? It is shubram, shantam, shivam. But what are these? Remember, I told you that we are using adjectives, but we have to think beyond that. And this point we addressed uh, in Amrit Anubhav. And what is that? When I just said that look at the purport of the word, don't look at the result of the word. So don't allow any word to auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is the thought has appeared in your mind, auspiciousness. Oh, I am in a satsang. Now you have given it a form. Oh, I am listening, wonderful. I enjoyed this satsang. You have given, phala vyapti has taken place. You use the word infinite. Oh, infinite. Rama's body color is of the color of infinite. Krishna's body color is that of infinite. Space is infinite. Now you are attributing it to someone. But what is infinite? That which is free of all forms but supporting all the forms. See? Now you take this and sit infinite. No thought will come in your mind. What is electricity? Any form comes in your mind. Light, lamp, heater, the form comes in our mind. But what is electricity? No form. Water, no form. Pure consciousness, no form. And when we accept that we are of the nature of pure consciousness in this manner of contemplation and come to know what is happening, vritti vyapti is taking place, but phala vyapti is not taking place. The thought is shubram, shantam, shivam, ajam, ashariram, alohitam, achayam. Words are coming, but no result is taking place because there is nothing to latch on to. So no phala vyapti. This is what I was coming to. So even though we are using adjectives, but they are not leading to a conclusion. Auspiciousness is the nature of consciousness. That is you. सह सर्वज्ञः सर्वमेव आविवेश अविशति iti artha. And this way one becomes all, because he comes to be the sarvajna. Sarvajna, sarva means all, nya means knowledge, consciousness. He becomes infinite, all pervading consciousness without any boundaries, without any parameters. In other words, if you are a you are the person, Jivatma is a person with the circumference of the body. Correct? Jivatma is a person with the circumference of the body. A dot is the center of a circle. But if we come to a disposition where all forms go out of our mind, if we come to a point where all forms go out of our mind, like in deep sleep, and you remain awake, then what will happen? Then what will happen to the to that point? That point doesn't remain in one place. Then that consciousness that I am, with reference to this body, if the body form goes out of my mind, then this consciousness, that very moment, becomes unlimited. It becomes unconditioned. Conditioned or limited consciousness is called Jivatma, Vijnanatma. Unconditioned consciousness, unlimited, which is free from all limitations. In brackets, limitations, pranas, senses, mind, intellect, thoughts, etc., etc. When it becomes free of all limitations, that Atma is now not localized. It was expressing as localized consciousness on account of the conditionings. So is the mind only expressing through the eyes as vision? And the vision starts saying, I want to know what is my source. I'll go, and it starts looking inwards and comes to the mind. And when it comes to the mind, its identification with its eye and eyeball becomes zero. That very moment, the vision is no longer a vision. Then it realizes, oh, I am the mind. I am expressing not only as the vision, I am the vision also, I am the hearing ability also, I am the smelling ability also, I am the moving ability also, I am the holding ability also, I am the waker also, I am the dreamer also, I am the sleeper also. Array becomes everything. Same way. Same way. Identification with the form, with the conditionings, leads to localized consciousness, limited consciousness, another name for it, Jivatma. Can you remove your body? Can you remove your senses? Can you remove your mind? Very difficult. That's what Patanjali Yoga tries in the Ashtanga Yoga. But all we have to do is recognize, that's it. Without physically dismembering our body, without going through single pointedness and trying to work out, I have to drop, I have to let go, I have to give up all the thoughts, I have to give up all the concepts. You never created it, so why you are trying to give it up? Why don't you catch a point in your life where naturally they leave you? And that is the deep sleep. That's what was this chapter was about. Fourth question. We address the waking, we address the dream, and we address the deep sleep. So there is nothing called deep sleep state. You go back to your essential nature. But you're imagining you're sleeping. Who can help you? You wake, you remain awake with this understanding, what we have studied in this question. Now I want to remain awake, but I can't see anything. Oh, who am I? I don't know. No, 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 no. Our our clarity of thinking as to who we are should be like this, what we have studied today. Then tonight when we go to bed and the mind is naturally becoming zero, at that time, before sleep comes, you keep contemplating that I am the one. ashiriram achayam alohitam shubram shamdam shivam. And the one who knows this knows he knows all, because he is all by nature, and that I am. Wow. Remain in that contemplation. Not looking for any experience. Not looking for any. Phala Vyapti is experience. Phala Vyapti is conclusion. There is no conclusion here. The moment it you abide, we can only use these words. At that very moment, there is spontaneous expansion, recognition that you are all that there is. And in this way, the 5 questions that were asked were: which are the organs that go to sleep in this person or merge in this person? Which keeps awake in him? What is the deity or the deva who experiences the dream? To whom occurs this happiness? In whom do all get merged? We have answered all these 5 questions that the student asked. The So now in the next chapter, we will take the next chapter next week. Now I don't want to mix in this conclusion. There, the Omkar Upasana is taken. That how the Omkar Upasana, if you want to achieve something in the apara, meaning in the conditioned, you can achieve through Omkar Upasana. And if you want to attain the para, Brahma, that also is achieved through Omkar Upasana. And that will be the next topic in the 5th question. And here it says in the conclusion, इति श्रीमद् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रीमद् गोविंद भगवत पूज्य पाद शिष्य श्रीमद् शंकर भगवत कृतौ प्रश्नोपनिषद भाष्ये चतुर्थः प्रश्नः. इति thus श्रीमद् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य. Sri Yuk means wealth. Paramahamsa, the one who, swan, Hamsa means swan, who is able to discriminate between water and milk. So Paramahamsa, who has discriminated between the, the, the truth and the untruth. And having discriminated, not just discriminate and forget, no, he is established in that. And as a result, Parivrajaka, and Parivrajaka means the one who is continuously moving everywhere. Acharya, Acharya means he who is able to, he who is established in the truth, is able to explain or communicate the truth, and is practicing it in his life through conduct. Acharya. Acharya simple meaning is teacher, but these are all the meaning behind. And Srimad Govinda Bhagavat Pada. Who is Srimad Govinda Bhagavat Pada? Govindacharya was the teacher of Shankaracharya, and he calls him Bhagavat Pada. Srimad Govinda Bhagavat Pujya Pada. And he says, my I am the disciple, Shishya. I am the disciple at the feet of my most revered God, that is my teacher, Srimad Govindacharya. And who am I? Who is at his feet? Srimad Shankara Bhagavata Kritau. And I am that, I am Adi Shankara, and, and such me, such disciple me of Govinda Bhagavad Pad, I have penned out the bhashya of this Prashnopanishad. And Prashnopanishad, fourth question. And with this, we conclude today's satsang. Sit down for some time, contemplate, and we'll take the fifth question in our next class. Hope it is okay with all of you that it's a short one. What short and what long? Huh? Just sit quietly for some time.